Привет, Formula One fans. Boy, wasn't that Grand Prix in Russia exciting or what? No doubt Hamilton definitely protecting his points lead some more, even though that team order to switch roles for him and Bottas could be definitely considered controversial. Even Hamilton doesn't agree about it. Well, I'm sorry that other teams' chances went das vidanya really quickly in Sochi. But there's no doubt with birthday boy Max Verstappen of the Netherlands for Red Bull doing his best to... He was on a charge, even though he only came up short by finishing 5th. With Red Bull, he was definitely had the wings to do it. He was so close, and I almost wish he won. Not to mention with the name Aston Martin plastered on those cars, it definitely gives the term Red Bull some wings. It's unfortunate that Max Verstappen as well as Ricciardo's chances of winning were a well-cooked beef before they could get close. They cooked that bull into beef, all right. And it's interesting seeing Leclerc jump from Sauber next year to Ferrari. He's definitely going to be big time getting a lot of attention when the Monaco Grand Prix comes, especially for Ferrari fans who live there.
Where's Marcus?
Oh yeah, as for Marcus Ericsson, a guy who's been reasonably good, but may not have the capacity to do it with Sauber. Let's see how sweet the Swede's move is he hopes to go from F1 to Indycars, just like Rosenqvist. And given the excitement of the fact that Felix Rosenqvist is joining 5-time Indy champion Scott Dixon in Indycars next year, it gets me hyped up for some Swedish fish. Yeah! We wish you luck in the future, Felix. I'm surprised, though, that I would have thought maybe IKEA would be a sponsor or some other Swedish company I didn't know about because of sponsorship money that I would think that Felix was bringing with him. Oh well, we'll see how that goes. NTT Data will be his sponsor, while Dixon will once again have PNC Bank as his sponsor next year. Let's see if Scott Dixon can cash in a 6th title. But for the moment, even though the IndyCars are over for now, there's still so much to talk about when it comes to IndyCars. Ferrucci heading full-time to Dale Coyne Racing next year. And, of course, what's going on with Fernando Alonso is still up in the air. But now that we have, for sure, a Swede going full-time IndyCars next year, how I made those ABBA jokes regarding Fernando, saying, "Can you hear the drums, Fernando, from ABBA?" You could say that holds a little more water. Get a Swede and a Spaniard, if not more, and along with a quick Mexican and a quick American in the form of O'Ward and Herta at Harding next year, we've got some really interesting names coming for the future, as well as some other F1 drivers. Also, since today is October 6th and the Japanese Grand Prix is about to beckon in about a few hours from now, before then, let's just say, happy belated birthday to Michael Andretti. We love you, Michael, and your team is awesome, as usual. We hope your team is very well next year and wins the Indy 500 for a 6th time. Even though right now things have kind of gone silent in the talks for possible new engine companies for like joining the Indy cars in the future with Chevy and Honda, I would know that I have a mixed opinion about some ideas. Since we don't know who yet may be joining in, you could say this is an overstatement, but this would be my reaction to some of the cars if they were to go in Indy cars. All right, this is the companies I would have my reaction to. Let's start with those I'm not a big fan of. Mercedes. Cadillac. Porsche. And this I'm not so great about. Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, or Mazda. Dodge.
Hey, what's up?
Now to my favorites. As much as I know that none of these names are likely, it's never impossible either. Some of my favorites that I would love to see, along with Lotus, if they ever wanted to come back, all they had to do is just give themselves more time and the money before they shove themselves into the 2012 season, What is a shame. I like the 2012 Lotus with Bourdais black and gold number 7, but I'm just getting ahead of myself. Now to the manufacturers I'd love to see in Indy cars, not likely but not impossible, are the following. Alfa Romeo, Jaguar, Volkswagen or BMW, Buick, Subaru, and finally, Volvo. You gotta admit, pretty funny reactions. Well, that may be an overstatement, but you gotta admit, wouldn't it be neat if they were to follow Chevy and Honda and Indy cars? And of course, learn from Lotus's mistakes. Don't rush themselves in there. Give them time, the money, and to iron out all their problems so they can get on with doing very well. So that's it. Now, yes, I'm probably deciding to expand into Formula 1 and maybe possibly Formula E racing reviews in the future. So stay tuned. I will tell you what happens when the Japanese Grand Prix is over. Be prepared to tune in. It starts on ESPN2 today at 1:05 in the morning. So, for now, konnichiwa, or more importantly, like and subscribe if you like my videos. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders. Sayonara.